Hi guys, it's me, Kristen from happilyeverus.com, and this is the beginning of what is going to be a weekly series called Magic Mondays. In them, I'm just going to talk about different things like different herbs and stuff that you can use to manifest your intentions. I'm going to talk about maybe tarot cards if you guys are interested in that. Um, this week, we're going to be talking about the phases of the moon and what they mean for you. So I made this really awesome like chart. I also turned it into a PDF. So if you go to my website following the links, you can download this PDF, keep it for yourself. You can print it out. You can make your own notes on it and put it somewhere safe for a reference. Um, maybe in your book of shadows, if that's what you're into. So let's get started. The very first phase is the new moon. That's this one right here. It's where the moon is dark. This is a perfect time to plant seeds and set new intentions. Um, there are a lot of different ways that you can do this. You can write them down and put them somewhere where you see them and touch them and maybe think about them on a daily basis. This spring equinox actually fell on a new moon. So this year we planted, like, wrote our intentions down and planted them with seeds. And every time we water them, we've been thinking about them. Those are our intentions for the year. Excuse me. The next phase is the waxing crescent. So this is where you're starting to gain a little bit of energy, a little bit of momentum. Um, it's important for you to take this time in this phase of the moon to really focus and start taking the actions that you need to manifest your intentions. So this is where you set steps and you set guidelines and you start following them or making them a part of your everyday life. The next phase is the first quarter. Here you're going to be building up a lot of energy because what's happening is it's kind of like a swing. So you're coming up on this upswing and you're building up all of this energy. So it's important here to do like a grounding meditation. And I can do a video on that later just to allow some of that energy to flow through you, to kind of settle yourself back into your intentions, because it can kind of feel like you're up here when you have a lot of energy building up like that. It's also important to meditate here and like channel kind of the energy that is surrounding you and is here to help you with your intentions. My goodness. The next phase is the waxing gibbous. So this is where it's almost a full moon. So you're almost at the very crest. This is the part where you are tuning into yourself and you're listening. So here you need to listen to advice from some other friends if you need that. Listen to advice from your spirit guides if you're able to tune into them. We can talk about that later too. It's also important to listen to yourself and see what's working and what isn't working. So you're just kind of taking stock of, that's my dog Pepper. You're taking stock of what's working for you and what isn't working for you, because at the full moon, this bad boy right here, you are at the very peak. And I like to imagine this as, like I mentioned, the upswing. This is the moment when you get high and you kind of like lift out of your seat, if that makes sense. And you're like, so here is where you've been building up all of this energy and you're kind of just sending it out. Like, this is what I want. This is what I've been working for. And you're releasing those things. Like, you just spent the last few days to a week thinking about what isn't working for you, and now you're releasing those. So the best way to do this would be write it down on a piece of paper and burn it, because you're just letting it go. The next one is when the moon starts to die. So that's the waning gibbous. It's about you've just released all of that energy. So you've created all of this open space inside of yourself. And that open space is just for you to say, I accept. It's, I receive these gifts that the universe wants to give me. You've channeled all of that energy out, and it's the energy that's reverberating back down. So, this is just the point where you have this open space inside you because you sent all of it out, and you're just saying, I'm receiving. I'm receiving what is given. The next one is the last quarter. This is a really important phase because it's about accepting your mistakes and accepting things that weren't working for you and kind of forgiving yourself for that. And you've received all of this energy, and it's about this transformation. So you're moving past those things that you were using to like hold yourself back, whether that's fear of something new or fear of changes or fear of letting go of things that you've been used to and holding on to for a really long time. So this is where you are like, hey, this isn't working for me anymore. I let it go. I received new things in my life. I forgive myself for carrying those things with me in the first place and holding myself back. And you're kind of turning into this newer, better version of yourself, if that makes sense. The last one is the waning crescent, which is this guy right here. Let's see, it's a little cycle. And the waning crescent is the end. You've made it. So this is, you've used a lot of energy. And this is just the point where you're going to rest and like reflect on everything, like reflect on the steps that you've taken, reflect on where you're at, reflect on if those intentions are still what you want or if you need to change them in some way. So that is it. You just went through the entire moon cycle, and that is how you use the power of the moon to manifest some things for yourself. Like I said, this handy chart is a PDF that you can download and keep for yourself. You can print it out, you can write your own notes on it. It's also on Pinterest. So when you go to my site, you can pin it and save it to a board so that you can keep it for later. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, I might also cover, who knows, I've learned a lot about magic and I'd love to share it with you because I feel like it's important to have that magic in your life. If you would like more of this, please like and subscribe. Visit my blog. Have an awesome magic day.